Weather update for you today, including winter storm in the mid-Atlantic and pending severe weather, breaking it all down for you when it's happening, how strong it'll be, and what you need to do to prepare. So let's dive right on in. As we take a look at across the east and the southeast, a strong winter storm is moving through the mid-Atlantic region, bringing a lot of snow to portions of Virginia, a lot of snow falling up here in Virginia. We've got anywhere from 8, a lot here in the mountains. A lot of this snow here in the western portions of Virginia. You can see this is turning to rain, so a lot of those accumulations are going to be becoming a lot less here over the overnight hours. Now we do suspect to see some transition to some freezing rain around this area here, right through here, the mountains, West Virginia, even to Apple, and those there. We do expect to see some freezing rain there as well. So a strong winter storm is moving through the mid-Atlantic region today, and it's bringing tons of snow to portions of Maryland and again parts of Delaware, New Jersey. Heavy rain and winds, high tornado risk to the deep south here. You can see that on radar that we have quite a bit of precipitation falling across the southeast, northeast, and the beach. So here we're watching a stationary front that's just off the coast, and that's kind of it's been very stationary for the past couple of days, and that's kind of what's feeding a lot of this moisture that in our area now. The moisture, the exact moisture track here is actually coming across the country. It's kind of trapping that moisture and holding us in to where we're seeing those continue over the next couple days here. So Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday night, a cold front comes through. A thunderstorm or two. We will keep you updated on that as well as we kind of zoom in here, and we're going to see how this is going to play out over the next 24 to 48 hours. Okay, so let's take a peek here at current radar. Ourselves out, and let's take a zoom in here. Right now, we got a few showers, kind of scattered showers, just like we've been dealing with for the last couple days. Area out here along the coast, we are relatively dry at the current moment. We did see some heavy sky showers earlier today. That has since died down for us here in Myrtle Beach. So currently temperatures 37 degrees along the coast, 41 at beach. And as you get out towards Florence, 39, 37. So we've struggled to get out of the 30s pretty much all day today. And that is going to be the case over the next the next day or so at least. We're going to be struggling to get a little bit warmer temperatures. Now Friday begin to warm up. Thursday we could see temperatures in the 70s. So that's going to kind of set us up a little bit as that cold front's approaching for the risk of severe weather, but the risk of a thunderstorm or two. Can't rule out one of those to be a little bit stronger given what's being set up here. So for us, as far as severe weather goes, not a very large risk as we move through the rest of the week. Now this is where we're seeing some of these slight risks. General thunderstorm here over Mississippi. We do have a risk here. This is a marginal risk of severe weather down here, and that extends all the way from portions of Louisiana all the way down through San Antonio, Texas, where they anticipate they could see some severe storms this evening. Here, we'll pull up the Houston radar here and just take a peek at what's going on there at the current moment. Overall, not a lot. Temperatures, are definitely on the cooler side for these portions of Texas and along the coast. Even we got temperatures now down in around the 60s, 64. New Orleans. We'll check out what's going on there at the current moment. Not a whole lot in the far away as far as thunderstorms goes. A tornado, I think it was Pensacola, Florida, a little while ago. You can see, I think now you can see they're doing some damage reports here. Multiple reports of damage in the Fury Pass area with roofs ripped off of buildings, power lines knocked down, possible tornado. So curious to see if you're in these areas here and you're watching us tonight, report, see what you're showing. This is a pretty populated area, so definitely want to keep an eye on that and kind of see how that plays out. Could be a tornado there that happened a short time ago this evening. So just because you're not warned doesn't mean that you don't run that risk here. And as far as I know, there was never a tornado warning issued on that specific cell there that moved through Pensacola. And we can kind of take a peek here really fast on the historic radar and see what that shows as that line was working, that storm was working its way through. We'll zoom in here. Looks like it's probably, we can do velocity here. It looks like it may have been that cell right there. Let's pull this back. See if we can find a better radar site here, because this isn't giving us anything. Let's see if we can pull off this one. No, we don't really have some coverage, so that's probably why that storm went unrecognized. And was not warned. So it looks like they got some bad coverage down here in the Pensacola area as far as the radar goes here this evening. Let me just try Do high res velocity. That's not getting us anywhere. And base, no, it's not even stretching out. But if you go back to reflectivity here, this is just standard radar. Still not even, not sure what's going on with the radar there, but looks like they had a tornado. Will probably the night. Let's check out Shreveport here. Current radar. Close that. And a little bit stronger of some heavier rains up here, but really nothing right now. No severe warnings in any of these areas, but we do have these two highlighted areas here for the potential for some severe weather this evening. Let's talk. What we want to talk about is the big picture here as we kind of move through the next 24 to 48 hours, and we're going to start here, each aware. So we definitely want to make sure that we're not forgetting our fine folks here in Myrtle Beach. So we're going to check over the next 24 hours here and see what the weather's going to look like for us here as we move into tomorrow and throughout the day tomorrow. So we're going to take this over to reflectivity. So we're right now, here we are. This is sitting as of 5 o'clock this evening. We're going to run this out through the morning hours as far as we can get. These models do not want to load today. We're going to check this out here. There we go. So we're going to run this out through the morning hours. As you can see here and there, we've got a couple scattered showers working that are going to work their way through. This is 5 a.m. tomorrow, and eventually running out of space there at 5 a.m. Let's look at the GFS here. So throughout our overnight hours, we're going to be looking pretty clear, scattered showers and things like that. Have a bit of cloud or things. The clouds want a little bit here. So as we kind of work through the evening, but here's 10 a.m. tomorrow. Again, we clear out for the most part. And then eventually by moving into Thursday, here's that risk that I was talking about with the potential for possibly maybe a thunderstorm, but doesn't look like anything severe at this time. We can pull up here as far as severe weather. We'll see what the supercell composite wants to show us here as far as Thursday. I apologize for my maps taking forever to load. We actually just received our new computer today, and that is going to speed up our streams substantially over the next couple days here as we get things set up. So we want to apologize kind of for the delay and the slowness here. We're working with some older, outdated equipment. So we are excited to kind of improve upon that. As you guys have seen, we've improved a ton of things here, including our graphics and our streaming as well. So we're just excited to extend that improvement even farther as we move through the next couple of days and bring you guys an entirely new experience when it comes to our live streams, because that's what we're here for. So looking at the supercell composite here, not a whole lot in the way of severe weather there. So not really thinking anything tomorrow or Thursday is going to be in the way of severe, but we definitely want to keep our eyes on things as we kind of move through the day on Thursday for our area. We could see some heavier showers, and like I said, maybe a rumble of thunder or two as we move through the afternoon and early evening hours on Thursday as that front wants to pass through. So the big picture here is going to be tomorrow's threat, and we will take a look at that. So starting out with the severe thunderstorm threat here, the slight risk here in portions of Alabama and Mississippi, and even stretching into New Orleans, Louisiana, those areas with that marginal risk kind of going all the way out into areas like Macon, Georgia, and Atlanta, Georgia. You're into that marginal area, all the way down to Panama City, and Beaumont, Texas is even in that as well. So definitely want to keep an eye on this particular area 100% for some severe weather tomorrow, and it's looking like it's setting up to be what could be an eventful day. So we definitely don't want to sleep on this. We definitely want to watch these areas as we go through the afternoon and even into the evening hours throughout the day tomorrow. Definitely want to fall asleep tomorrow night with clothes on. Don't want to fall asleep naked because you might wake up to a tornado. So the risk is there, and we definitely want to keep our eyes on that. So how is this going to play out? What does this look like? Let's switch over here. We'll go to the HRRR and see if we can get any of these to actually load. We'll run this back to the 17Z, which isn't going to get us too far out. On the actual GFS then. So this is going to get us not very far into the morning hours. But even in the morning hours by 6 a.m., we've got thunderstorms, a heavy line of thunderstorms right here working their way northeast looks at that point. So you got to remember all your flow is coming off of, let's zoom out here. So all of your flow in this direction. So all your flows coming in and feeding this, okay? Eventually throughout the day, you start to get some more of that flow of moisture off of the Gulf of Mexico here, and or Gulf of America, however you want to, whatever you're calling it these days. We're just going to leave it at that. Off the Gulf, we're going to say the Gulf. And so you're going to see that moisture start to kind of switch. Going to give the wind shear is going to be there, and the instability is going to be there to produce some pretty heavy thunderstorms and that risk of a tornado. Now, as far as tornado risks go, what are we looking at there? Tomorrow. We're looking at a 5% chance of tornadoes in this highlighted area, going all the way up into Birmingham, even extending as far up as Atlanta as well, and all the way down to Baton Rouge. And then you got this 2% risk, and that area is a very large swath of area here, extending up past Atlanta. So, as this line of storms is going to start working its way up through, we definitely want to pay attention to these areas as this storm system is going to work its way. These cells are going to work their way up through and into the Atlanta area, and then eventually up past Columbia and the western portions of the state as well, including the areas of western North Carolina, where they don't really need to see any more rain, but they are going to be receiving a significant amount of rain over the next couple of days in those areas. So flash flooding is definitely a concern as we go through the rest of the week. So we want to watch those areas as well. Not so much for us here that a lot of that moisture is going to miss our area here in Myrtle Beach, which we can count our blessings on. But we desperately need some of that rain here. So we will take whatever we can get as we kind of move through. So the tornado risk here is slightly elevated for tomorrow, not anywhere near what we're looking at going out to Saturday. So Saturday, we have a very rare day 5 risk out here for Saturday. We're looking to see a relatively large negatively way through and pulling moisture off of, at that point, winds are going to shift and start pulling moisture off of the Gulf and you're going to start seeing supercells popping off ahead of that cold front. That cold front's going to run through here, and you're going to start seeing those supercells start popping off from south to northeast throughout the day on Saturday. And we could see a tornado, Baton Rouge, all the way up through Nashville. We will be probably providing live coverage on Saturday throughout that event as well, whether it be radar feed, or if we're actually going to be watching individual cells as we go. We'll kind of see how that day plans out, but that's definitely going to be a storm track day on Saturday, specifically watching these areas here as the day goes on. So definitely going to pay attention to those areas as we get into Saturday. But we're going to focus on right now, what we're focusing on is the day to tomorrow, that tornado risk in these portions of the Deep South. Definitely want to pay attention to those areas as well. And we will be watching again our area for Thursday for that chance of those thunderstorms here along the coast as that cold front starts working its way through the state overnight into the morning hours on Friday. Which Thursday, Friday, looking to bring us some much warmer temperatures. We will actually have a warm front that's going to kind of, as it eventually will transition north, and high pressure will build in then directly after that, and then setting us up for this weekend as another cold front passes through, and we do it all over again next week with cooler weather. So we're going to be live probably tomorrow. I would assume we will see how this sets up tomorrow, whether or not we're going to go live. Definitely live on Saturday. We will be discussing those that tornado risk on Saturday as well. Again, tonight in the overnight hours and tomorrow, this winter storm is going to set up. Yet again, we have this winter storm out here over Kansas City, and the Midwest is going to shift east and northeast, bringing a little bit of snow up here to the north or the Midwest up into Detroit and those areas, Chicago, and looking to bring some more snow to Pennsylvania, definitely up into New York. So we're going to take a look here really fast at how that's going to play out as well. So let's pull up our models, and we're going to go to the GFS here and take a peek at that. Switch over to precipitation type, and we're going to run that out. Let's zoom out here just a little bit for you guys. So here we are. Here we are, 10 p.m. tonight. You can see the snow is starting to wind down for areas of Washington, D.C., down into Roanoke. You can see where I showed that transition over to freezing rain yet again for this little bit of area, even extending down into portions like Greensboro, North Carolina as well. But still snow up into the Philadelphia area, up into New Jersey, even poking its way up into Bridgeport, New York. New York City's in there, Poughkeepsie, those areas along the coast, definitely Atlantic City, those areas. This looks to be pretty heavy snow here moving into the overnight hours, pretty decent amount of snow. And chances further further west, you go into Lancaster, a little bit lighter snow at that point, transitioning through the overnight hours here. So that's going to begin to wind down a little after probably 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Still seeing this freezing rain and sleet here, Ashland, Richmond, Lynchburg, Roanoke, all the way down into Wytheville. Could see some pretty significant accumulating ice as we go through the overnight hours, and that's looking anywhere up to and over a quarter of an inch of moderate ice accumulation moving in through the overnight hours. Still some lingering snow showers. There's some snow in Baltimore as well. And then we kind of play out into tomorrow, 1 p.m. By 1 p.m., we've got some sleet, freezing rain moving in through the Johnstown, Altoona area. Definitely out here. We've got some snow working its way up in through Chicago, Cleveland, Akron, Ohio is all in that freezing rain precipitation, and eventually back into that Altoona area, yet again with the freezing rain, eventually switching over to all rain. So any kind of accumulation that we're going to see here in Harrisburg, Altoona, Pittsburgh area is all going to be washed away by rain as that transitions over to that rain as well. So very quick moving, but impactful yet again. So definitely want to keep an eye on that as things kind of transpire there over the 24, 48 hours, with dumping snow and freezing rain on the mid-Atlantic as we work through. Now this one here for the mid-Atlantic, not as significant as far as snowfall goes, but definitely something to watch out for the freezing rain, especially in these portions. These are higher elevations here, so definitely going to see some ice accumulation there, even into the higher elevations of the Appalachians here in Pennsylvania. Going to see that mix precipitation. However, like I said, those areas do eventually switch over to all rain. Even that Harrisonburg, Charlottesville, Roanoke do eventually switch over to all rain before it's all said and done and completely out of here by the time we get out to about 4 a.m. on the 14th. So definitely keeping our eyes on things as we move through the next 24, 48 hours and into the weekend, as we are going to be seeing severe weather down here in the deep south, including the risk of tornadoes. And we've got the snow and freezing potential here moving up into New York and off the coast as well. So we will be back again tracking these storms tomorrow. We'll see how things play out with that significant risk. But we will definitely keep you informed and let you know what's going on. So, all right, that's your latest forecast for Myrtle Beach and the surrounding areas. So remember, we go live when severe weather is happening. So let's make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell notification if you're watching us on YouTube so you don't miss out on any critical updates. Also, follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Or, well, we don't have Twitter, but if we did, I'm working on setting that up. But follow us on Facebook for sure, and you'll receive any kind of real-time weather alerts right through Facebook and even on Instagram as well. So stay safe, stay prepared, stay aware, and we'll see you on the next update.